guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video I am showing you how to pick and order curriculum from Moving Beyond the Page. I share a lot about the Moving Beyond the Page units and curriculum here on this homeschool channel, and so I receive a lot of questions. I have made a couple comments that I am not particularly a fan of their online website, which is where you have to order their curriculum. And turns out a lot of you are not fans of it either. So I have been purchasing Moving Beyond the curriculum for a couple years now, and I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on navigating the website, trying to figure out what to buy, how to purchase it. So a lot of this videos, you're going to be watching my computer screen. I'm going to be talking through it. So I'm going to be showing you, if this is your first time ever hearing about Moving Beyond the Page, or you've heard about it, but you just haven't attempted their website, I'm going to show you how to see like all the levels they offer, all the different curriculum options and choices they have, placement testing, or if you need to buy like a one-off unit, or like me, I have some of the units for an entire year. I need to piece together some of the other resources. So lots of visuals on this because I'm going to be directly on the Moving Beyond the Page's website, navigating, talking through certain things. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have additional questions or comments, always leave those down below in the comments. Thank you guys for supporting my channel and being here. And if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button because I have tons of more videos coming out specifically about Moving Beyond the Page, as that's going to be one of our main curriculums for the next school year. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around in 1 second, but I did want to share two things. Having something physical beforehand to like look at and get an idea of is really helpful. So they do offer a catalog. I will try to link how to sign up for the catalog in the description below. But this really walks you through like, okay, how do you choose a curriculum package? They offer multiple subjects and packages. So they offer for each level or grade level, they offer a all subject package, which would include science, social studies, language arts, and math. And so that's 4 subjects, everything you would need to homeschool in different age levels. Or they have single subjects. Like, so say you only want to use Moving Beyond the Page for science or for language arts. You can buy just those packages. You can mix and match. They do sell, which is what we normally use, is the language arts, science, and social studies. So it's 3 of the subjects without math. So they do have that option, which I'll show you once we're in there. They do have each of their years broken into 4 concepts, or like I compare that to like 4 quarters. So if you just want to try this out for a quarter of your homeschool, I would recommend buying one concept package. Or you know what, you could just buy individual units, which is what we did a lot in the beginning of using Moving Beyond the Page. We just tried 1 unit at a time. So this catalog has been like my Moving Beyond the Page Bible because it has tons of great information here, a lot more user-friendly than trying to comprehend it from the way that their website is set up. They have this little chart about choosing the right age level, which they do have placement tests online, which I'm going to walk you through. But they tell you, so theirs are by ages. So like age 4 to 5, usually used by children in preschool or kindergarten. Ages 5 to 7, usually used by kids in 1st grade. It all depends on your child. So you really want to pay attention to these recommendations, the placement testing of where your child should start in Moving Beyond the Page. If you purchase like a year-long curriculum, it's normally planned out for 36 weeks of a homeschool year, so keep that in mind too. And then in this, it breaks down each age, just like a general overview, like what are they going to be learning, what units, and then what literature. So Moving Beyond the Page is a literature-based curriculum also. So when we're shopping online, you're going to see some pretty high pricing. You have to understand that when we're looking at the all-encompassing packages, it is also providing you all the literature. This has nothing to do with Moving Beyond the Page. That's how much books cost. They are charging extremely fair prices for books. I will point that out. I'm normally someone who shops around for books on Amazon. I will say that Moving Beyond the Page has pretty good pricing for new books. But they have options to just buy the curriculum without the book. So if you're looking to save money, do not purchase like all the literature. Use your library, use discount bookstores and things like that. So just keep that in mind. But this does show you like all the things, you know, in this is their first level, like the kindergarten package, what your child would be going through. Obviously, as the age levels increase, the units increase, the amount of information increases. So I highly recommend getting this catalog as like your guide to shopping before you go on the website. My other recommendation is, say maybe you have one Moving Beyond the Page unit. Maybe you purchased it used, maybe a friend gave it to you. On the back, this is just a paper copy, but on the back of every unit has that age level overview. So this is the age 8 to 10 overview. This is the equivalent to 4th grade. And so this tells you all of the units that would be used in the 4th grade 8 to 10 levels. So I also like this because I am someone who will buy units here and there. Like if I see someone selling them on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay, I'll buy them. But then what happens is I end up, if you can see this, the ones that are crossed off I own, but then I'm missing some. So now I have to fill in like what I'm missing. So this is also something good if you have one of the units already and you're kind of piecing it together or buying it, having, you know, a back of the unit copied as like your cheat sheet if you're shopping. So lots to cover in this video. We're gonna share like if you're just going in first time how to shop, or if you're piecing things together like me, we're gonna get into all of it. So I'm flipping my camera around. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so we are just starting right on the Moving Beyond the Page website. This is not where I want you to start shopping, but this is where you would land. So it does kind of go over into some stuff about Moving Beyond the Page. So if you are brand new to Moving Beyond the Page and you are trying to understand what about their curriculum is different, I encourage you to start reading some of these articles. It's a very different curriculum than most curriculums you see out there in the homeschool community. So once you get to this website, if this is your first time, or even if you just need to shop, we're going to start here at Shop by Age Level. This is where I start. It's very easy to kind of get where you need to go from here. So these are all of the different age levels that Moving Beyond the Page offers. To make it simple, start at age 4 to 5. This is equivalent to kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then 9th grade, which would be year 1 of high school. They do have placement assessments right here. And so if you click on this, this is what you're going to get into as far as what is a right curriculum. They have just simple guidelines. So right here, so for ages 4 to 5, this is what they're saying your child needs to be able to do. They need to be interested in being read to, able to talk about that, able to hold a pencil, and has beginning interest in sounds and letters. Then we move on to what would be like a 1st grade level. And this is what they need to know. But there is an actual placement assessment. So if we click on this, it's going to walk you through what you would need to do. It's going to explain like the scoring and where you should place them. So I highly recommend, and this is not just with Moving Beyond the Page, this is with any curriculum company, you need to use their placement testing. Not all levels are the same, and not all curriculum is the same. Moving Beyond the Page does say they are for gifted. What does that mean? Well, if you place a 1st grader in age 5 to 7, this is gifted for those children. So you may need to go down or up. And so that is why the placement tests are very important. They also have a math placement. Now, what if your child places in 2 different levels? Well, that's fine. You can purchase, age 5 to 7 for language arts, but maybe age 6 to 8 for math, depending on your child. Now, these are placement testing. And so over here, there's learn more, watch overview, read more, review samples, purchase, getting started. You can go down these rabbit holes, but I'm going to show you an easier way. So we're going to get back to this page. These are purchased by age level. So I know that I need to purchase age 8 to 10 or 10 to 12. This is equivalent to 4th grade. This is equivalent to 6th grade. I'm going to click on the 8 to 10, which is 4th grade. This layout is going to be the same for anyone you click on. So I'm just using this one as an example. Right away, it's going to try to sell you the full year package. Now, remember, I warned you, this is going to be like sticker shock. It's a lot of money. It's really not though. Like if you think about this as if you were to buy every single subject, every single book, every single supply, because there are supply kits like science supply kits. So you don't need to be running to the store every week to gather supplies. This is everything you would need to homeschool your child for the entire year. So if you look at this, 1,058, that's about $90 a month you would be spending on homeschool. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, and that is why I'm showing you how to maybe pick something or how to customize it a bit to make it a little bit more affordable for you. If I click on details, it's going to show me everything. Over here on the right is what I like to see. So these are all the Moving Beyond the Page units and all the literature and all the manipulative guides. Unfortunately, you can't like click on these and like look at each individual one. So that is definitely a downside. But we're going to get into more specifics in just a few minutes. But let's go down below. Here are popular full year packages. Now, if you buy a full year subject package, you do get a discount. So you are getting a discount if you were to buy each thing individually. So here are full year packages. So this is that age 8 to 10 full year science. So this is everything you would need to just do science. So if you're only interested in using Moving Beyond the Page for their science, you would get everything you need science-wise for $325. We can click on this. And we see that we're getting a discount off retail and free shipping. So it is in your best interest to buy the full packages if that's what you're wanting to use to get that discount. Don't add all these things individually. You're going to miss out on that discount. So over here on the right, we can see quickly what's included. There are 7 science units, 5 literature books, 2 science kits, and like a dinosaur kit. So this is everything that you would get, and this is everything that you would need. So once you purchase this, you would not need anything else for science. Now down here, these are other packages. So don't get yourself confused in here. Unless you have a second child and you want them to have their own like books to write in and things like that, here there's consumable packages. Consumables mean like papers that your children are going to write on. You could just buy a second one for a second child. So like if you bought this and you have a kid doing this maybe in 2 years, you wouldn't need to rebuy this whole package. You could just get the consumables again. If you scroll down, it's going to break down each of the items that is included. And so we can see we're getting dirt and plants, ecosystems, magnetism, and these retail at $20 a piece. We have our literature books. And so these are all the books that you're going to need to complete. And we see the pricing. So I really like this because you could go on Amazon and search this book. And if you find a better price, then maybe this isn't the best way to purchase this package. Or we don't buy these. We only buy the curriculum and we get these from our library or a different source. And then here are the science kits. So if you buy the package, this is everything that would be included in that. So you can do that for science, for social studies, for language arts, and for math. So if you are only looking at a certain subject that you're wanting to try out, you can just buy that subject. Now, these are full packages. So these top ones right here include everything you need, all the manipulatives, all the literature. These are going to be your most expensive packages. Down here, this is the full year package for science, social studies, and language arts. It is very common for people to use Moving Beyond the Page, but not the math program. So if you want everything except math, this is what your price would be, and you would get language arts, social studies, science for the year, all the literature that comes with it, all the curriculum. Here's all the literature, a lot. There's so much in here. And then all those manipulatives and, history, timeline, science kits. So if you just want to buy it and be done, this is where you want to be at. You don't have to worry about finding your literature or resources or manipulatives, whatever, these are your way to go. Again, if you have additional students, they do sell those consumable packages. Now we get into being really customizable. So say you really want to use Moving Beyond the Page and you want to use it for all the subjects. So again, this is science, social studies, language arts, and math, but you don't want the literature. You're going to use your library. You still get the discount. You're only buying the curriculum and units for Moving Beyond the Page. It cut that price in half. So you could save half the price only purchasing the curriculum from Moving Beyond the Page and using your library to find all the literature that is required. You can also just buy the literature. Maybe you have one of these packages, but you don't have the literature that goes with it. You can just buy all the books that you need. That's $340. The manipulatives, these are those science kits or like little activities that you need. You can purchase that independently. But again, this is still not super customizable, right? These are popular. These are what they want you to buy. But what we're going to do is we're going to go down here looking for something specific. We have a complete list of what we offer. We're going to click on complete 8 age to 10. So bear with me. There's going to be a lot here, but I think this is really helpful. Whether you're just trying to figure out, with a couple units if this works, if you're trying to save money, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to share their entire list. So up top, full year packages, we already covered the full year packages. We don't need to talk about full year packages anymore. But now let's look at these subjects. So let's look at science. We looked at this, the full year science package. This gives you physical copies of the curriculum. Down here, we see the full science, but online. So if you choose online, all of your Moving Beyond the Page units, those spiral bound books, those would be digital online. You would not receive any physical curriculum from Moving Beyond the Page. You would still receive your literature and manipulatives, but all of these curriculum books up here, those would be digital online through your Moving Beyond the Page website. So you do save a bit of money going that route. You can buy just the curriculum only, and this would be the physical curriculum books, or you could just buy the online curriculum only. We see huge saving drops when we do something like that. So you could get your entire year of science for $76. It would be online. They do give you PDFs that you can print out though, so keep that in mind. And then you would use like your local library to find the literature that goes with that. So that's definitely a savings. You can buy just the literature for $40. You can buy the manipulatives. Those are those science boxes where you have all the science supplies that you need. And you can buy the consumable package, which would be for a second student. Social studies and language arts has those same options. Math as well has that same option. And then again, we get into science, social studies, language arts. If you want to bundle all three of these, they have those same options broken down, as well as they do have semester 2. I don't really understand why they have semester 2, but not semester 1. This is where stuff starts getting a little weird, but I'm going to show you something different that you can do as well if you only want to try like a portion of a year-long curriculum. Everything I've been talking about up until this point has been an entire year of a subject. So that would be your entire 36 weeks of school for subjects. But what if you don't want to do that? What if you're not ready to commit? What if you just want to try it out for a quarter or a semester? Well, that's where we're going down here. So we are still in age 8 to 10, concept 1, interdependence. What does that mean? Well, every year-long program from Moving Beyond the Page is broken into 4 concepts. Remember, I said that in the beginning. There's 4 concepts. I compare them to quarters. So in concept 1, we're going to click on it. This is the complete concept 1. There are 6 units. There are 3 science or social studies unit. Your child normally switches off. So they'll do a science and then they'll do social studies and then they'll do science. And there's 3 language arts. So 6 units and then the literature with them. So if you are new to using Moving Beyond the Page and you think you're going to love it, but you don't want to commit to that entire year, I don't blame you. It's a lot of money to not be 100% sure. This is what I would recommend. Buy your first concept. It's getting towards the end of a homeschool year for most homeschool families. If you kind of follow the traditional summer break, you start a new school year in fall. If this is something you're looking at, I would recommend buying the last concept of the year they're finishing up. Example, my oldest daughter is in 5th grade currently. We bought concept 4 of 5th grade. She's going to finish her 5th grade year with that concept before going into the 6th grade curriculum. So this is a great way to try it out, get everything that you need to move forward. So the one I just showed you was the physical, where you get the physical curriculum. Down here is the online version, but pay attention to pricing. So you really have to think about, like, is it worth not getting the physical ones? Is it worth having the online ones? The online ones are better for multiple kids because you get the PDFs and you can print multiple copies for your family. So also keep that in mind. You're going to save money with online that way. If you just want to try one unit, here's one unit. So this is where you want to have like your cheat sheets, like, the magazine or something, because you might not know looking at this that this is one unit, but it is. This is dirt and plants. This is the first science unit of 8 to 10. This is the physical curriculum and literature. So you get both things you need, and you can just try that one unit. You can buy just the curriculum, physical. You can buy just the online curriculum. You can buy just the student pages, which are the student activity pages. This is good if you don't have a printer, but you have multiple kids. You can buy just the book. So all these items are for just one unit, but it gives you the option of how do you want it. And so this is really where you can customize to fit your needs and fit your budget. We see the language arts, Native American, Sign of the Beaver, ecosystems, Native American. There you go. We see concept 2, same thing. Concept 3, concept 4, and then down here is math. And so I honestly have never used Moving Beyond the Pages math. I'm definitely intrigued, but I like the math we use currently. And so it does look like it's broken down the same way as far as the customization. However, it does not appear that math is in the 4 concepts. It appears that there's semester 1 and semester 2. All right, so we're back to just where I clicked on originally, that 8 to 10 year mark. I want to click here and learn more about 8 to 10. This is really where it's going to show you like an overview of what will your 9-year-old do this year. Will she read 11 novels and a book of Native American short stories, 9 books that explore the geography, culture, and traditional stories from other lands, 5 books related to early history of the Americas and the U.S. government, 5 books that investigate rocks, minerals, electricity, animal adaptations, force and motion, and I don't know what the last one is. If they were doing math, then obviously they would be doing place value, fractions, and geometry. Will they complete 12 major writing assignments that include personal letters, business letters, speeches, descriptive paragraphs, persuasive arguments, short stories, newspaper articles, poetry, and a book chapter? Will they experiment with different types of soil, outdoor composting, ecosystems, magnets and magnetic fields, electric conductors, batteries, friction, balloon rocket, properties of rocks, shortening in ice water, simple machines, and will they make memory square dancing, a pioneer dinner, airplane wings, a quilt, a nutcracker, a fraction and decimal board game, a map of imaginary geometry town, a compass, and a world explorers card game? They will do all of this if you use the 8 to 10 level. Again, it does cover those prerequisites and then the math as well. What's new and different. And then here is that line up. So here's a great snapshot of what's in this unit. So here's our concept. So remember, moving beyond the page, if you do the science and social studies and language arts, you are normally working on a language arts unit and either a science or social studies. So this is what concept 1, quarter 1 is going to look like. We're going to be using Little House in the Big Woods as our language arts unit and Dirt and Plants as our science unit. Then we switch to the Sign of the Beaver, and we're going to be doing social studies about Native Americans. Then we do Native American animal stories and ecosystems and ecology for science. So those are the 6 units in concept 1. It goes through concept 2, concept 3, and concept 4. So you could even kind of print that out and use that as like your little reference guide when you're shopping. Highly recommend. If you're interested in a math, here's the 9 units of what they discuss in the math curriculum. Here are all lessons are based on state and national standards. Your child will continue to be challenged to read and write at a higher level. This curriculum is not gentle, I will say. It is invoking thought, lots of discussion, and it is pushing your kids to read at very high levels. So please make sure you are paying attention to the placement testing when you're doing that. I do believe there are summary of skills for each concept. So let's look at this one. So this is breaking down each unit, which is pretty crazy. So this is the unit 1, science, dirt, and plants. It still covers language arts. And that's what I love about Moving Beyond the Page is their units, even if it's a science unit, it covers other things. Even if it's a language arts unit, it covers other subjects. Here's everything they're going to be doing in science. So if you have, record keeping that you really need to do, this is great for that. Language arts, social studies. Here is how it aligns to Common Core. I have no idea about Common Core, so this is like another language to me. But if you are interested in that, here's all of that. And you can actually see which lessons accompany that, which is pretty cool. Here are the science kits and manipulative. So if you're curious, like what is in the semester 1 science kit, like why is it $90? I don't know if I showed you guys that, but I know it's $90 because I need to buy one. Is it worth paying $90 for this? Well, there's all of these plus 80 more items. So let's go look at what's in this science kit. This would get you through half of the year. So there's 2 science kits that are available, and this is everything that you get. Now, do you have some of this stuff at home? Probably. Do you have enough of it? Is it the right size? Are you going to go buy 85 different things? I guarantee you're spending probably more than this. So yes, the sticker value, but when you really think about when you're adding, your weekly list of supplies, you're probably spending between $15 to $20 a week. That comes nowhere close to just the one-time price of this. So if you're doing math, they also have the math materials kit. So like playing cards, dry erase markers, everything you need. They do have like little timelines for history, that come with it, and these are like $4 or $5, so those are super inexpensive. Dig a dino kit and a pocket sled. And then what else do you need? This says that they would recommend having a cursive handwriting program because Moving Beyond the Page does not teach handwriting, so that would probably be the only thing that you need. Here are the schedules. And so you can either do a traditional 5-day a week with 1 lesson each day, 5 days a week for a 36-week school year. You could do a 4-day, a little more than 1 lesson each day, 4 days a week, 36 weeks a year. Or you can do the relaxed schedule. This is still 4 days per week, but it does go past 36 weeks. I believe this goes to 40 weeks when I looked at it. So let's go ahead and see what this is. And these are free. Like this just exists online. You don't have to purchase the curriculum to get these schedules. I like these because I can just copy and paste into my Homeschool planner, or you can print this out and give it to your kid. It's easy, super easy. So this one, because it's the relaxed 4-day, it moves your homeschool year to 41 days, but it says, okay, for science, do lesson 1. For language arts, do lesson 1. And then if you're not doing math, you would just cross that off. Or if you are doing math, this explains what your homeschool day would look like. They also have sample pages. So they have the first 2 weeks of lessons for every subject in every age level. So here's Unit 1, Science. We can look at lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So they're giving us samples of 6 lessons. So here is what lesson 1 would look like. This is what it looks like for the teacher. This is all kind of like, okay, here's materials you're going to need. Have them read this book. Here's discussion questions and answers. Here's the first activity, second activity, third activity. Looks like there's 6 activities. I would assume that this one is, day 2. You would work on this lesson over 2 homeschool days. Here are some of the activity pages that your child would complete. And so that gives you, too, if you're struggling to find what level would work, you may want to be kind of looking at these different samples. One last thing I'm going to talk about before I show you kind of like my shopping is when you get to this level, age 9 to 11, which is the equivalent to 5th grade. So 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade the units are written towards the student. So any of these units could be used independently as long as your child is confident and knows how to complete the units. So that's also something else. We were just looking at the 4th grade. That is not written towards the student. This is still very much parent teacher led. If we go look at 9 to 11 and we go down to the samples, see how it's larger font. It's kind of checklist style. Today you will read. It's written directly to your student. They answer the questions. The activities are written towards them. So it is a little bit different. So I just wanted to point that out. If you ever have, like, you see people's units look different, that's because there's a difference in the age level of units. I'm just going to show you my cart really quickly. As you all know, I have bought in units randomly used. I've been gifted some. And so I'm kind of piecing together what else I would need for the school year. I need some of the timeline stuff. I need the science kits, the language arts kits I need. And then I do need some extra units. So I am missing 6 units for my daughter's entire year. And so it made sense for me to buy them individually because I already own some of them. I didn't need all of them. And so this is what I had to do. I had to buy individual items to kind of complete our packages. All right, guys. So I know that was long. I know it was a lot. I hope that helped. I walk you through it. That's how I use it. I mean, I don't work for the company. I didn't build their website. I'm just sharing my experience. And so if you have additional questions about Moving Beyond the Page, maybe just about the curriculum in general, leave those down below in the comments. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on Moving Beyond the Page coming soon. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.